Hello? Good. Everyone can hear me. Fantastic. Welcome to the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. We're coming to you today from the rooftop terrace of the museum's Nature Research Center. It's great to have you with us today, either here on site or streaming via YouTube. I'm Eric Dorfman, Director and CEO. This year, the museum is 142 years old, and it's an absolute privilege to break ground on a project that will resonate far into its future. I'd like to kick things off this morning by introducing Jason Barron, the chair of the board of the Friends of the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences and a partner with Morningstar Law Firm. Thank you. Please welcome Jason Barron.
Thank you, Dr. Dorfman, and good morning, everybody. It's great to see everybody in person, although we're still masked up. This has been an amazing experience. I'm going to keep my comments brief because I was sworn by Angela that if I didn't keep them brief, she was going to rap me on the wrist several times. But this experience as part of an organization that does so many amazing things has been humbling and breathtaking. We were here in November, and I had the extreme pleasure to be able to announce the gifting of the dueling dinosaurs to the museum, which you all know by now. Just a one-of-a-kind specimen, really. I am even more humbly excited to be able to be here today to kick off the groundbreaking of the SECU DinoLab. None of that happens without incredible support from lots and lots of people, some of whom are in this room, some of whom are following us virtually, given the unusual circumstances we all find ourselves in. Before I go any further, I do want to give a special thank to our museum supporters who are joining us virtually. Thank you to the elected officials who could be here today, the supporters of our Dueling Dinosaurs campaign, the rest of the Friends Board, most of whom could not be here because of the challenges we have with space, the museum advisory commissioners, the designers and engineers who have contributed to the SECU lab, which is a phenomenal laboratory experience. Our on-site guests include our speakers who you hear from in a moment, representatives of the State Employees Credit Union and State Employees Credit Union Foundation, including outgoing SECU President and CEO Mike Lord, as well as new CEO Jim Hayes. Thank you both for being here. Also, Janessa Van Deen and Sila Ransmeyer from HH Architects, who single-handedly designed the museum. I was talking to Janessa earlier today, and she said that she just had the opportunity to make the lab come to life, and it was a phenomenal way for somebody to be able to describe making this lab experience be a reality. And lastly, we have several elected officials with us here who you won't be hearing from, but who have joined us, including Representative Mike Clampett, Senator Jim Bergen, Representative Wesley Harris, and Representative Garland Pierce. Again, last November, I was here to be able to celebrate the T-Rex and the Triceratops finding their home here. We're going to celebrate today the SECU DinoLab, this groundbreaking experience, and it can't happen without all of you. And so with that, really appreciate you being here, and I'm going to hand it back to Eric for a few moments. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. We're incredibly excited to steward this important gift to the community. Congresswoman Deborah Ross represents North Carolina's 2nd District, where she serves on the House Judiciary Committee, House Rules Committee, and the Space, Science, and Technology Committee. She's been a long-time friend of the museum. Please join me in welcoming Congresswoman Deborah Ross.
Well, good morning. What a special occasion. And I can remember a special occasion when this whole beautiful place was built, again, with the help of the credit union and the state of North Carolina. And when we come together, extraordinary things can happen for our people. And I see Representative Joe John joining us right now, another great legislative champion, and Senator Sidney Batch. I'd like to thank the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences for inviting me to join you today. Dr. Dorfman, Dr. Zano, your extraordinary work brings science to life and makes it accessible to our community. This museum, which you heard, is North Carolina's oldest museum and the Southeast's largest natural history museum. And it's become a beacon of innovation in North Carolina and throughout the region. I brag on it all the time in Congress. I'm thrilled to be here today for the groundbreaking and the museum's next great exhibit, the Dueling Dinosaurs Project. What the Smithsonian Magazine has dubbed America's most spectacular fossils will not only bring significant economic investment to Wake County, but serves as an incredible resource for our students, with an anticipated 140,000 students from ages 10 to 14 impacted annually by the exhibits in this free museum that the people support. The SECU DinoLab is a unique, innovative approach to ensuring the public and students see the work in progress to restore these historic fossils. No other museum in the world currently houses complete skeletons of these animals, and our people will get to see this restoration up close. Students will have the opportunity to touch, test, examine, and understand fossils, as well as watch the museum's hard-working scientists. It is critical that the next generation gets every opportunity available to them, and your work here will expose them to so many exciting careers in science. I'm thrilled that the Friends of the Museum was able to secure crucial federal funding to help. That's why I was invited. This is a testament to everybody's remarkable work here and our teamwork. In Congress, I will continue to be a strong advocate of funding and policies that advance our innovation enterprise and ensure that the next generation is equipped with the cutting-edge skills for tomorrow. Thank you once again to everyone involved in this, and I'm so excited to be with you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Congressman Ross. We're incredibly proud to inspire the next generation of scientists who come through this facility. Next, I'd like to introduce Marianne Baldwin, Mayor of Raleigh. Mayor Baldwin is a longtime proponent of creative and innovative projects in our area. Together, the City of Raleigh and the Wake County have recognized that the museum helps create a vibrant community. Their interlocal funds have supported construction of both the downtown Raleigh buildings, where we are today, and the Dueling Dinosaurs Project. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Baldwin.
So you heard about the funding, like Deborah, that's why I was invited. Where is Stormy? I just want to recognize my fellow city councilor, and of course masks are awkward because now it's attached to my earring. But Stormy Fort, who represents District D, also serves on this board. So that tells you a little bit about what the museum means to us. We have people who serve and give of their time and attention. Now I'm going to tell you a little personal story about why I love this place. My sister and her partner came to visit me, and they came down to the museum. They walked through here. When they got home that night, my sister said, "Oh my God, if I had ever seen this when I was a kid, I would have wanted to be a scientist." I said, "That's it. That's why this exists." I remember some of the original folks who worked on the museum saying, "This is meant to inspire kids to get a STEM education, to appreciate nature, to look at what they could be. And if seeing that doctor perform a minor surgery, I think it was on a mouse that my sister saw, and had her thinking, oh my, this, imagine what this could be. Imagine what this does for our kids. So I'm excited because I'm thinking about that surgery, but now I'm thinking about this unbelievable wall dedicated like to the dueling dinosaurs. Imagine what this street is going to be like. It is going to bring our city here to life. We will have families here visiting. We will be seeing investment. It's projected to be over $100 million the first 4 years. That contributes to our economy, but more importantly, it contributes to our sense of community and who we are as a community and what we value. We value the sciences, we value nature. We love having our children inspired and our adults. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been a part of this. It's very exciting, and I can't wait to bring my grandkids here. So that's all I'm thinking about, is looking at their faces when they see this and like, Grandma, what? So on with it. I could go on about all the great things, but I want to introduce Reed Wilson, our secretary for the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. Correct? All right. Thank you. And thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Mayor Baldwin. It's always great to be with you, Representative Ross, all the good legislators that are here today. Thank you all for being here. The Department of Natural and Cultural Resources takes care of North Carolina treasures literally from A to Z. On the A side, you got arts, you have aquariums, archives, African American Heritage Commission, even archaeology, all the way to the zoo, that's our Z, and a whole bunch of things in between, our state parks, our museums of history, all around the state, historic sites, historic preservation, the state library, the state symphony, it goes on and on. But of course, this includes our wonderful, incredible Museum of Natural Sciences where we are here today. And what I like to do on days when maybe I'm having a rough time in the office is I just wander over here and I watch the little kids' faces light up in awe and wonder. It's just a wonderful thing that happens countless times a day here. I'm excited to be here with all of you to kick off the construction of this one-of-a-kind lab for the dueling dinosaurs. I remember vividly the early Sunday morning in April 2017 when these fossils actually arrived here on loan. They've been in storage since, waiting for this lab to be built. But it was just this moment where just goosebumps all over that we had these incredible specimens that really are found nowhere else in the world, as has been mentioned. I would argue that this museum will be the site of the best dinosaur specimens in the world and the best lab setting for our visitors and guests to come interact with our paleontologists and learn from them as they uncover the mysteries of these 67 million year old fossils. So when this lab opens, our state will become a must-see destination for dinosaur lovers of all ages, whether it's 4-year-olds or academics from around the world. And this exhibit will place an indelible stamp on this museum's leadership in both scientific research and education. And I do want to pause for a second and just talk about the importance of science. As a society, we have to invest in science, we have to trust its conclusions, otherwise our state's not going to thrive in the future. So whether it's tackling a changing climate, or fighting the pandemic, or ensuring we have safe water to drink, or uncovering mysteries of animals that lived 67 million years ago, we must learn from our experts and rely on their guidance. And this Dueling Dinosaurs project is an excellent way for our state to engage young people, anybody actually, in scientific discovery and get them to understand how science works and embrace it. And at the heart of this project is the science and the research, and it wouldn't happen the way it's going to happen without the amazing facility that's going to be built. This will be the SECU DinoLab. And I really want to thank SECU and the SECU Foundation for generous funding to make this lab a reality. And thanks to many others who have supported this effort. Just about since the day I started at this department over 4 years ago, I've been worried about dueling dinosaurs and working on it, and I just have to say it's great to see so many people here with the Friends of the Museum of Natural Sciences and the Commission and legislators who have done so much to get us to this day today. It has been dogged determination by a whole bunch of people to get us here. I do want to thank the members of the General Assembly who are both here and the ones who may be online and the others who are across the street. This would not be happening without their generous support of this project as well. So join with me over the next year plus. Come to Jones Street often, watch the construction happen, and we'll all come back in 2023 and be here for the ribbon cutting on the best dinosaur facility in the world. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Secretary Wilson. Thank you for your support and the support of the department. You're truly a champion of this project, and you have been since its inception. I'd now like to call back to the podium Jason Barron.
Before I thank the amazing folks who have been partners with us in this process, I did want to have a clarification of something Mayor Baldwin said. She said in the first 4 years there was going to be a $100 million investment in this project, and I choked up as the person responsible for raising money for this. I had to hurry through my budgets to make sure I hadn't missed a significant line item, and it's $100 million coming back to the community, which of course is what she meant. The economic impact, indeed. But the Friends would like to thank the generous supporters who are making the Dueling Dinosaurs project possible. The North Carolina General Assembly and the legislature have been phenomenal partners with us throughout this process, not just the Dueling Dinosaurs process, but also during the pandemic. Invaluable assets to our organization as well as the museum. The Bank of America Charitable Foundation, the Duke Energy Foundation, North Carolina GlaxoSmithKline Foundation, the Institute of Museum and Library Services, Wake County and the City of Raleigh, Delta Dental of North Carolina, the Carlisle Adams Foundation, the Maynard Family Foundation, the PNC Foundation, the Jandy Ammons Foundation, the Wells Fargo Foundation, the Cannon Foundation, the Hillsborough Fund, and many, many more supporters, all of whom we thank profusely. It really has been, as Secretary Wilson alluded to, it has been a dogged effort by a number of people involved in this process to bring it forward. Today, I especially want to recognize the outstanding organization who has been among the most dedicated and loyal supporters, cheerleaders of the museum, and a leader in community involvement, the State Employees Credit Union Foundation. At this time, I'd like to recognize the chair of the board of the SECU Foundation, Joanne Sanford. Thank you.
Welcome, friends. What a wonderful and exciting event. And I'll tell you, the best part of being asked to be a speaker is you can take your mask off. So, I'm Joanne Sanford. I'm chair of the SECU Foundation Board of Directors, and I am thrilled to extend a welcome to all of you to this wonderful place shared on this block with our SECU building, and also shared with respect to the vision that is being played out and is here before us in this wonderful museum with all of the projects here, but particularly in today's celebration with the Dueling Dinos. We from SECU represent the foundation as well as the corporate arm of State Employees Credit Union. We at over $50 billion, I think, in assets now, from day to day, I never are the second largest credit union in the United States. Pleased to be in Raleigh and with a North Carolina footprint, and proud of what we do with all of you. We join you today to celebrate the groundbreaking for the construction of the SECU DinoLab, with a $2 million challenge grant from our foundation. We imagine the time when dinosaurs of many different species roamed the earth, fighting climate, disease, other predators, and each other for survival. These fascinating creatures continue to capture the hearts and stoke the imagination of children and adults across the planet. The Dueling Dinosaurs project is particularly compelling, surrounded or swirling in a web of knowledge brought to us by Dr. Zano and her colleagues, of mystery, and of fascinating theories about the interaction of these ancient creatures, both in their lives and in their death. They afford us a glimpse of the history of this planet in the making for millions and millions of years. SECU and its members, staff, and board are thrilled to be part of bringing this to the public here in North Carolina. Our foundation is no stranger to the innovative educational initiatives that have brought this museum and our state to the forefront. The Foundation's initial support for the Friends of the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences was in 2009 with a $4 million grant for the Daily Planet, which we're now lighting up. Like the Daily Planet, the SECU DinoLab will provide exciting educational benefits as well as significant positive economic impacts, as Mayor Baldwin discussed. Dueling Dinosaurs will be a new icon for our state and will undoubtedly expand interest in the field of paleontology that has been so critical and so beautifully manifested by these North Carolina representatives of that science and of this museum. They'll bring an entirely new exposure to this field to people far and wide, but of particular interest to us, for adults and most especially the children in the state of North Carolina. Before closing, I want to thank all of those who have generously supported this project, and I specifically want to recognize my fellow colleagues at the State Employees Credit Union, and I am going to indulge myself in their commitment by asking them to stand up if they would. We have a new CEO, our former CEO, his wife, board members, former board members. Stand up. I won't start naming people because I'll leave somebody out, but these are just a few of the people who have worked very hard and with whom we celebrate today. Thank you for that. With thanks to the SECU members, they are the ones who fund this foundation. It is literally people helping people, and in this case, I guess people helping dinosaurs. So I now join with SECU Chair Bob Brinson, well, I'll ask him to join me here, to present the Friends of North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences with a ceremonial challenge grant check for $2 million. Okay, we can back this up, so. It's good, it's good. Yeah, you're counting on it, aren't you? So. All right.
Excellent. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne, and the board of the SECU Foundation for your generosity in making this transformational gift. Finally, I'd like to call to the podium Dr. Lindsay Zano. Dr. Zano is the museum's head of paleontology, where she oversees the unit's collective research and educational activities, 3 research collections, directs the work on dueling dinosaurs. She's also jointly appointed as the Associate Research Professor in the College of Sciences at NC State University. Welcome.
Good morning. These are such challenging times. Thank you all for being with us today. It feels so good to be able to come together to celebrate something so inspirational, something that we all know is going to be transformational for our communities and for the people of North Carolina. When I was thinking about the thoughts I wanted to share today at this event, it brought me back to the day I was offered the job to come work as the Director of Paleontology here in this building, the Nature Research Center, which at the time was actually under construction itself. And this was almost exactly 10 years ago. I remember the day because I got the call from the museum on my birthday. And it was the best birthday present I ever received, and I'm sure I will ever receive. I was so excited to come work for an institution that not only valued my research, but genuinely shared my passion for connecting communities with science and using that to express how science serves communities. This place right here is a marvel, a leader that has set the standard globally for what it means to engage with the public in the scientific enterprise. As leaders and as a leading institution, we can't rest on our laurels. We have to ask ourselves, what's next? How do we continue to push the boundary of what it means to really engage the public with the scientific enterprise? And that's why we're here today, celebrating the groundbreaking of this phenomenal SECU DinoLab and its surrounding exhibits. What we have imagined in this facility is unlike anything anyone can experience anywhere in the world. It is literally one of a kind. Visitors to the SECU DinoLab, where the spectacular dueling dinosaur fossils will be conserved and researched, will actually be able to enter an authentic, working, high-tech scientific lab. They'll be able to get up close and personal to those incredible fossils, just like so many of you have today, and I've toured many of you around the fossils. They'll be able to interact with and talk to a scientist and someone who looks like them. For those of them who cannot visit the museum, we are hard at work designing a whole series of interactives online so that people can follow along in real time with the active research happening right here in Raleigh from wherever they are in the world. And thanks to a recent award from the Institute of Museum and Library Services, we're designing a lab next door, a public lab, where visitors will be able to come inside and experience high-tech tools and techniques that we've adopted from the fields of medicine and engineering and biochemistry, 3D scanning and printing, fluorescence, microscopy, all of these cutting-edge research technologies that we use to uncover the secret lives of ancient animals. We are all here in part because we love dinosaurs. The world loves dinosaurs. And with the generous support of the SECU Foundation and Bank of America Charitable Foundation, the state of North Carolina, city of Raleigh, Wake County, so many people have been mentioned here today that we are so grateful to. We're going to harness that energy. We're going to leverage it, and we're going to use it to create the next generation of leaders in science and technology and innovation right here in Raleigh, keeping the museum and the state of North Carolina on the world stage right where we want to be. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to talking to you more this afternoon.
Thank you, Lindsay. We're extremely proud to have you as the head of this initiative. I can't wait personally to see what you and your team uncover. This acquisition has captured all of our imaginations, all of our communities' inspiration, and it will continue to do that for us locally and for the world for generations to come. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, those of you who are online, for joining us as well. In early 2023, as Secretary Wilson said, we'll be excited to welcome you back for a public opening. We hope it will be in person and a huge celebration. Thank you very much. Stay safe and be sure to enjoy the refreshments. Take care.